Hey guys, Pete Williams here, and I was just cleaning out the office to start the new year right, and I stumbled across my LiveScribe Pulse pen, which I haven't used for a while, so I thought I'd whip it out and walk through a marketing framework with you today that you can actually go and implement in your business straight away and start planning for 2012. Now, the marketing framework I want to use in this example today is the Preneur Hierarchy. Now, for those of you who have read my first book, How to Turn Your $1 Million Idea into a Reality, you're probably somewhat already familiar with the hierarchy. So let's actually walk through it. I can't even spell it correctly anyway. You guys know how to spell hierarchy, I'm sure, better than me. But what I want to do is just walk you through the hierarchy and then give you a little bit of a worksheet or some homework to go off and do yourself. So let me just run through the 4 key things that you want to tick off when you're doing marketing for your business. And let's set a frame for this particular video. So the first thing when you're actually marketing or trying to acquire new sales to your business is you want to make sure that the acquisition is low cost. So the first thing we want to try and make sure we're getting is low cost acquisition. The second thing we want to talk about is having high response and low resistance. Now, high response means people actually respond to your marketing materials at a high rate. So getting a high conversion off the marketing you do. And low resistance is obviously the opposite of that, in that the resistance for people to actually open up your mail or read your email and respond is very, very low. So we want to have high response and low resistance. The next thing we want to do is really take a more of a deeper look at this, a more of a strategic approach, and think about the type of clients that we'd prefer to actually attract to our business. So we want to get A-rated clients. Now, to me, an A-rated client is someone who knows the rules in which I want to conduct business. So those rules might be terms of trade, understanding they have to actually work with me, that they can't rely on me, they have the correct expectations that are set up front. So it's A-grade clients are the people I want to work with. And the fourth element are just a couple of key points that tie all this together. You know, your marketing has to be structured, so you know exactly what's happening with it. You want it to be systemized, because with systemized marketing, you can actually rinse and repeat it. You can do it multiple times over and over again. You want it to be scalable, so you can grow it and leverage it and continue to actually build it to grow your business. And you also want it to be segmentable. Now, what I mean by that is you want to be able to segment your market into different categories so you can tailor the message to market match that I'm sure you've heard about before. So they're the 4 key things that any good marketing framework has to provide for you. Now let me walk you through the Preneur Hierarchy and explain that in a lot more detail. So I'm just going to actually draw the hierarchy here for you and explain it as we actually draw it up. So if I just draw this for you here, this triangle in my mind represents your target market. So this is all the people you can potentially promote and sell your products to. So this is the entire matrix here. So they can obviously fit all over this matrix. Now, the A-grade clients float to the bottom because they're heavy. You know, they're good, solid clients. So the A-grade clients float to the bottom of this matrix. So this is what we're trying to work at, getting as many customers from the bottom of this target market as possible. Now, as we spoke about, we want to make sure that our response rates are very, very high with low resistance. So if we actually draw that on this diagram as well, you'll see here that the response rate, we want to have low response at the top and high response at the bottom because we want our A-grade customers to be the most responsive to our marketing. And then what we want to do is actually break down from a cost perspective as well. So we want from a cost, we want the costs to be low to acquire these A-grade clients and high to actually pay for the lower grade clients. So if you want to actually filter and put all our target market throughout this matrix here. Now, when it comes to segmenting this list, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually break it down into a number of different sections. So we've got a lower section, then we're going to have a slightly higher section, and we're going to sort of just go up this a few times. So let's break this down and actually draw this out and try and actually segment this matrix or this target market pyramid into the different segmentations that fit our rules. We want A-grade clients at the bottom. We want high response rate with low cost. So who are the best people that can actually fall into this particular segment? Well, in my breakdown, I would call these past customers. Because the response rate for your past customers should be high because they've obviously dealt with you before and they have a relationship and have purchased things from you before. The cost to actually get these customers should be low because you've already got them on a database, so you should be able to email them or pick up the phone and call them very, very cheaply. And obviously they match the A-grade customer rule because obviously they have expectations. They know exactly how you work and have experienced you before, so they know how you should work. So that's your past customers. What's the next level up in this particular target market pyramid we've got here? Well, the next thing I'd say is your prospects and callers. So the next people that are going to be the best for you to actually close and convert are going to be the people who are actually already in your funnel. So you want to make sure you've got some marketing and some sales material ready to really help and confirm you can get a high conversion rate for these people. They've already responded to your marketing, they're already in your funnel, so to speak, and so it's going to be much more cost effective to market to them. The next level up, we've got searches. So these are the people who have actually gone out, searches, and actually proactively started looking for the solutions that you fix, or the problems that you fix with the solutions you offer. So that's the next level up, is searches. From then, we've got procrastinators. Now these are people who are actually aware of what you do, but haven't actually taken action yet. They're sort of sitting with that itch, they still need to scratch it. Then further up that pyramid, it's going to cost more to actually target these people. They're going to be less responsive because they're ignorant. They don't know what you do. They don't even know you exist. They don't even know they've got the problem. And then you've got the last little part up here, which is the pointless people, completely irrelevant, worth selling to. It's going to be too hard and too costly to actually get them as a client. So that's the different segments of our target market that make up the Preneur Hierarchy. Let me give you some examples of how you can strategically market to each level of this hierarchy. If we go back to past customers, a perfect example I gave before was direct mail or phone calls. Or maybe you can have an autoresponder where you actually automatically email these people. Your prospects and callers can be sales scripts. Having sales scripts and proposals already designed that actually help convert. You've tested and you've split tested these. Searches, obviously the clear way to actually attract and get in front of searches is using AdWords. Procrastinators are banner ads online, for example, or magazine ads, because these people have actually gone and bought the magazine of the niche that you're actually selling in. Now, ignorance, obviously, as we go up here, it's much more expensive to target ignorance because you have to do things like billboard advertising and really scream at them. So it's going to be more expensive, and the conversion rate and the response rate is going to be much lower as well. So that's an idea of how this breaks down. Let me give you a couple of really quick examples here. If we go retail store, to show you how you can apply this to your own business, because what I want you to do is go off at the end of this video and actually break this down for your own business and actually work out what you're doing to target each one of these segments in the Preneur Hierarchy as it applies to your business. So from a retail perspective, you might have a club card. Like, for example, when you go to a coffee shop and they stamp you and the 5th coffee is free, that's a way to continually market to your past customers. Maybe the next level up for your prospects is that sales script that we spoke about. Because with your sales script, you're actually getting people, when they come into the store, to go through the same type of sales regime. If you look at Athlete's Foot, they have the greet and seat rules. Maybe from searches, you're doing Google Maps. You're obviously targeting the keywords and the things in Google Maps around the type of solution that you offer. So someone is out there and they start searching for a coffee shop on their iPhone. While you are listed in the Google Maps, you're going to come up, and so forth. Another example is, let's say, online marketing. So if I draw my little triangle out again and break this down, and we go, you're an online marketer. Much as I hate that term, let's use it here. Now, obviously, autoresponder is a great way to target the lower segment. It's very, very cost effective because it's basically free to use an autoresponder except for your monthly subscription. Your response rate should be quite high compared to other forms of marketing because they're on your list, they've got a relationship with you. The next level up is your prospects and your callers, or in this instance, as an online marketer, it's your web visitors. So maybe here you're doing sales letter testing. Maybe there you can even do remarketing can fit into there as well. The next level up, searches. Obviously here, AdWords and SEO. Trying to get in front of people who are actually searching for the solutions that you actually offer. Procrastinators, how can you actually market to people who aren't actively looking for the service that you offer but are interested in it? Well, guest blog posts is a great way to do that because you're getting your idea and your solution exposed to people who are interested in your particular niche and topic. So hopefully, guys, this little LiveScribe Pulse Pen sketch out here is giving you a bit more of an understanding of the Preneur Hierarchy as a marketing framework. And what I want you to do as your action point for this particular video is draw out your own Preneur Hierarchy, segment it down between past customers, prospects, searchers, procrastinators, and ignorance. And write 2 or 3 things you're currently doing or you can be doing to actually target each one of these segments. And when you actually go to implement this, always start with your past customers first. Make sure you've got systems in place to get the most out of your past customers because they're always the easiest to sell to. From there, you want to work up the hierarchy. Then once you've got that foundation in place, you can build on it and build this pyramid. You can then work on your prospects and your callers, work on your proposal, work on your sales scripts, on your sales letters, do some split testing, maybe even implement some remarketing so when people do come to your site who haven't quite purchased, they're still in that sort of funnel, you can market to them. And at that point, then start working on our AdWords and searches. Now here is going to be the increase in traffic numbers. It's really the searches that are going to get you brand new inquiries. So it's very important to work on here. But so many people when they start a business, they jump straight to this searches level. They go here straight away without even thinking about the foundation they need to make sure they capture all those inquiries. Because if you don't have the bottom 2 foundation steps in place, when you get all that traffic to your website, it's going to be wasted because you don't have that honeypot, that fly catcher, so to speak, in place to really nail those leads that you're generating. And once you've got and maxed out all the different ways you can target those searches, beyond AdWords, you've got SEO. Even Yellow Pages is still relevant in certain businesses because these are where people are going when they have a problem they need solved. So you need to put yourself in your client's shoes at this level and say, where are people going with their wallets and purses half opened when they're trying to find a solution to the problem that I solve? Now, AdWords, SEO, Yellow Pages are 3 of the key ones. Google Maps is another one. Where are people actively going? And write out all the places that actively go and look, and then make sure you've got a very solid market share of those eyeballs, those searches eyeballs. From there, if you have maxed that out, and let's be honest about it, to really maximise and get the most out of these bottom 3 levers, it's a lot of work. And there's so many businesses, multi-million-dollar businesses, I have some, where we solely rely on the bottom 3 levels, segments of this Preneur Hierarchy to run the multi-million-dollar business. Yet so many people, when they start a business, they start throwing money straight at level 4, at the procrastinators. They start doing magazine adverts or banner adverts or TV commercials and things like that. And it's just a waste of money because you have to scream and really push your message down their throats for them to respond. In this new marketplace, you can get away and grow a very, very solid business just by targeting the searches. And I really encourage you just to ignore level 5. Don't worry about the ignorance. You should hopefully not ever need to actually do any marketing towards ignorance unless you become a multi-billion-dollar business in the consumable space where you need to reach everybody really, really quickly because you're selling toothpaste, for example. That's where the ignorant level comes into it. But I really encourage you to take some time out of your week this week, spend 15 or 20 minutes, that's all it takes to draw up the Preneur Hierarchy here for your business and actually plan it out. Just plan it out. Do some dot points. And actually, let me know how you go. Let me know if this gives you some more clarity as well, because I guarantee everyone I've worked with and actually sat down and done this Preneur Hierarchy for their business, they've found lots of holes in the bottom 3 levels that can really help increase the profits and traffic to their business. Alright guys, hope you've enjoyed this. I'll see you next time and look forward to sharing more of my learning with you guys.